Hi, all, my name is Manny. I'm a physical therapist, and I just wanted to show you all three stretches that I want you to do before you start your workday in front of your computer. So with these stretches, it will be upper body stretches. I've already made a recording of lower body stretches that you should do before and after your workday in front of the computer. So this would be stretch that you should do before and after the end of your workday. So the first thing that you want to do, I'm going to bring you over here, is to stretch out the pecs. So what you want to do is literally find a corner and then throw your elbows right at the corner. Make sure the elbow is in line with the shoulder, and then step forward with the same side leg of the chest that you're stretching, and then lean yourself forward. Make sure that your core is tight and that your glutes are also tight here, and ideally both feet are pointing straight ahead. And in this position, will give you a healthy pec stretch. And what this is doing is that it will help open up your thoracic cavity a bit. When you're in front of the computer all day, what tends to happen is that you start to cave in a bit, and then your pecs will become tight and your back muscles will get weak. So you want to be diligent with this. Make a routine out of this. Hold this for about 40 seconds or to a minute. A couple rounds of this in the morning and then a couple rounds at the end of your day. If you like, you can certainly add a trunk rotation driver, so meaning that you can turn to the left a little bit to get a little bit more dynamic stretch in the pecs. So that'll be it for the stretching the front of the chest. Now the second stretch that you want to get is a trunk rotation. So I'm going to bring you down here so you can see what I'm doing. So with a trunk rotation, if you have difficulty rotating through your trunk, the easiest way that you can do this is to get onto your back, bend both knees, have both arms up, and then rotate both knees towards one side and then the other. Now you don't have to go as far as I am here. The objective is to try to keep the opposite side of your shoulder down as you rotate towards the other side, and only rotate to a point where you start to feel the opposite shoulder coming up, and this will give you a really good healthy thoracic spine stretch and mobility. Again, one of the reasons why you want to do this is to give your spine an opportunity to move and give your spine an opportunity to nourish itself. Again, this is one of those mobilities that you tend to lose when you work in front of a computer all day, every day, and throughout most of the week. A little bit more advanced version, I wouldn't necessarily call it advanced, but another way you can do this, or another preferred way that I like to do this, is to be on your side completely and both knees together. Well, I like to straighten the bottom knee and then keep both the top knee bent at roughly 90 degrees here. I'm completely on my side, and then this position will lock my hips in place. I'm going to rotate my shoulder as far back, reaching with my hand, and going for about really 10 repetitions of this or about 40 seconds of this for a couple rounds. Doing this again with pretty much a similar idea as to the other mobility drill that I showed you in terms of getting a bit more trunk rotation, or a bit more, or really just another way to nourish your spine. The last stretch that I like to get, that I like to recommend, and this isn't necessarily a stretch, but it's a way to really think of it as a stability drill for both stretches that you've already done. So the pec stretch that you've done, and then the trunk rotation that you've done. So it's a combination of both. What you want to do is get on your stomach, and I'm certain that most of you have heard of the Superman exercise. This is a modification of this. So you want to get on your stomach, and you want to keep your neck in a relatively neutral position. Now with this modified Superman version here, I don't want you lifting up your lower legs at all, and I don't want you extending too much into your lower back. I just want us to purely concentrate on the upper back, ideally right below the shoulder blades. So what you're doing here is your palms are facing down, very important here, and then you're keeping your head in a neutral position, coming up and squeezing your shoulder blades back and down. And if you're doing this right, you shouldn't feel too much of your lower back, and you should feel more of the muscles right below your shoulder blades. You want to do this and hold for about 2 seconds or so, and then relax, and then come back up and hold for about 2 seconds or so, repeating for about 10 sets for a couple rounds. Doing this at the beginning, doing all of these at the beginning of your day and then at the end of the day will be really excellent to help maintain and improve upon your upper back mobility, and to make sure that your work isn't being too debilitating on your body. So I would appreciate if you like this video, and of course feel free to check out my other video on stretches that you should do, lower body stretches that you should do before and after you start your work day in front of a computer. I'll see you in a few days.